Hey guys, I wanted to take a couple of minutes in order to talk about some of the main things that I bring up whenever it is that I'm presenting DealerRater. Of course, all of the information that has been coming to us since the introduction of the product are all important points that that I make sure to cover as well. The three pillars in terms of the investment at the store level, and then also at the employee level as well. But one of a couple of the points that I make sure to highlight, and it seems to really connect with the dealer in terms of getting on the dealer's same page mentally, and you're trying to paint sort of a mental picture while you're presenting the product of exactly how it is that is going to benefit them without requiring them to understand it, where you can just kind of say, this is how this is going to play a positive role for your business. Is I always talk about the actual design of the DealerRater product, what it's designed to do, and then ultimately, sorry, an email just came in, and then ultimately what the benefit is going to be for those guys as well. Really, the main factor is simply walking them through the buying process of a consumer, and how you reinforce that whole idea of the fact that there simply are no walk-ins anymore. Everyone's already done research. Make sure to highlight some of those key points of that people are now only visiting, 1.5 dealerships before they make a purchase. And then ultimately, when you sit back and say, we talk about all of our leads, and we talk about the phone calls and the emails, and just, off the top of your head, how many of those leads, when they come in, have some piece of the information that's not correct, whether somebody gave a fake phone number or a fake email address or something else. And why is it, do you think, that they're not providing all of their personal contact information? And it's simply because of the fact that they're not there yet in order to be fully engaged with the dealership, with a rep or somebody else, and they want to make sure that there's a bit of a buffer there, so they're not being contacted because of the fact that they're not ready yet. Now, use that and then flip it around and say, now imagine a consumer who is able to go online, who's able to take a look at here's the review of the actual vehicles. This is the car I'm going to buy. Here's the reputation of a dealership, and this is the reason I'm going to buy from this dealership as well. So I've got my pricing, I've got my model, I've got the dealership that I'm going to be handling as well. And instead of taking that big, deep breath and saying, okay, let's go do this and let's go do battle, imagine that same person now being able to go to a DealerRater website and read specifically about, well, this person is a really good listener, and they're starting to hear, they're able to read the reviews of this particular sales rep or this finance manager or whatever else. And the whole concept of DealerRater is to build confidence in that prospective shopper, that prospective buyer. So by the time that they walk through the front door, they're literally able to say, this is the vehicle I'm looking for, this is my price point, here's the reason that I'm here at the store, and then ultimately this is the person that I'm looking to work with. And then the mindset of that shopper is more like a referral or a repeat customer than it is of just somebody who just walked on the dealership level. And hitting that key point of saying they're going to be more like a referral turns into dollar signs for all of these guys, because they all know exactly what a referral is, where confidence is high, skepticism is low, price isn't the one and only factor that they're considering, where they're putting a bit more value in terms of their experience. And everyone knows the fact that you can keep more gross inside of a referral deal compared to just simply a walk-on, and they're ultimately much closer to being able to pull the trigger that day. So when you really kind of lay it out like that and say, this is how this DealerRater is designed to work, we're actually going to be incorporating the top reviewed salespeople at your store onto the actual Cars.com VDPs, so that people can, we're literally holding their hand. So we're providing, deep linking. So when it comes to choosing their model of vehicle, that we're taking them directly to the next step by connecting the VDPs from our site onto yours. But then also we're going to start recommending an actual person to work with at the store as well that's been highly reviewed. And all we're doing is building confidence inside of the shopper, so that by the time they walk in, they're ready to go, they're ready to pull the trigger. And again, it's it's not a negotiated deal where you're not going to make any money off of the program, because they're really showing up in order to have a good experience, which is a stronger factor in the whole process, versus it being like a true car customer or somebody else where it's entirely price driven. So you kind of paint that picture for them, and then all of a sudden they'll start, nodding their head a little bit, and you can see in their eyes that they're starting to get it. And then just letting them know the fact that it's not a set it and forget it product is something we can integrate onto their own site in terms of their staff page. And and just imagine that, like, somebody goes over and says, hey, I want to meet the staff, and they go over to your website and see it, rather than it being that static, everyone's headshot on there and just an email address. Imagine it now being other people leaving reviews for those people, and what sort of confidence builder that would be for other shoppers. So those are the main key points that I hit. It seems to resonate, and then letting them know the fact that we have Nick in the marketplace and a whole team in order to support the actual implementation of the product, and then also making sure that all of their guys are on board, and how those are key factors to whenever it is that we sign up somebody with DealerRater, making sure that their guys are comfortable with it, making sure that they have access, the dealer principal has access for the reporting of it, being able to put together review contests, based on the DealerRater, and then the syndication of those reviews. You really start to snowball it, where they start to say, okay, well, this is it becomes a no-brainer type of situation if they'll allow you to walk down that entire path. So I hope some of that stuff makes sense. Looking forward to seeing everyone else's video, and good luck to you guys. Bye.